Hello, ladies and gents. You might remember from the recent subscriber giveaway events that I also put together a poll on the most fun premium machines. Well, the results are now in, and I thought it would be fun sharing them with everyone, especially as there were some real surprises out there. Well, for me at least. Oh, by the way, special thanks to everybody who took their time and did cast a vote on it. So, basically what this video will be about is to look at each category from premium light tanks to tank destroyers and have a very quick look at the top 3 premium tank by category based purely on your votes. The only thing that mattered in this vote was the overall fun factor. I mean, obviously when you are first and foremost looking for a moneymaker, you pretty much will only look at tier 8s, and when you are after crew training, you will look at a higher tier vehicle in the nation of your choice with a matching crew setup. But let's not keep you waiting. Instead, let's go after the top 3 most fun premium light tanks out there, as chosen by you. On top of the list we actually have a relatively new addition to the game, the M41 90mm, aka the Grand Finals Edition Black Bulldog. This tier 8 German premium light tank was a welcomed addition to the game by all the light tank fans out there, as it's basically a modified version of the regular and also very popular M41 Bulldog, boasting a single-shot 90mm gun and all the perks and advantages that high-tier premium machines get. Its main drawback is pretty much its low shell velocity, but otherwise it's a rather competitive choice. In the second place we have another Grand Final special back from 2015, the French Tier 7 AMX 1357. Looks like Wargaming did come up with some rather cool specials in these past years. Now this little French mosquito is very similar to the regular AMX series, including the 12T and of course the 1375. Unfortunately, this also means that this machine as well often gets multiple module or crew members knocked out by a single shell. Its specialty, on the other hand, is quite unique. It boasts a 57mm 8-shell autoloader that can pump out a shell literally every single second. As the aim time is simply just not on par with this blistering rate of fire, and as your penetration is rather lacking as well, it's best used by literally sticking your gun in the enemy's side and unload 710 burst damage in just 8 seconds. And finally, your number 3 choice was actually a bit of a surprise for me. It was the BT-7 Artillery, a tier 3 Soviet premium light tank. It turns out that this former gift tank is actually quite highly regarded as the micro-tier derp specialist. While overall it's rather similar to the regular BT-7, this one gets a 76mm howitzer that it can use to, well, pretty much one-shot any tier 2s, devastate most tier 3s, and it's also able to do some damage against higher tiered opponents as well. It does sound like a lot of fun actually, so I might have to look into it later. Now unfortunately, at the moment none of the above machines are available for sale, at least not on the EU server. But if you are a light tank enthusiast, you might wanna keep your eyes open for them in the future specials. It's perhaps also worth to mention that the other popular choices included the Type 64, the infamous Panzer IIJ, and the M22 Locust. It was a bit surprising to me that the T2 Lights did not get more votes. It's probably high time that I did a review on that little beast. Moving over to the premium mediums, I kinda expected the Panzer 58 Mutz, a quite nicely rounded tier 8 machine, and the T28 ES30, a powerful tier 4 stomping machine, to do well in this vote. And, well, they really didn't. Though this could have been influenced by the relatively low sample size. Still, your choices are pretty solid nonetheless, so let's have a look at them. The number 1 favorite with the most votes received was by far the AMX EDC, the tier 8 French premium medium. The mobility and the rate of fire are just unbeatable on this machine, and a lot of people put up with the complete lack of armor to enjoy these traits. HE seriously wrecked this machine though, so it needs experienced hands to function well. The second choice was another overall popular machine, the tier 6 British premium medium, the Cromwell B. This is basically a regular Cromwell with an excellent improved hull traverse, and as such, this is tier 4 tier actually one of the most competitive premium tanks in the game. There aren't many machines out there that I would suggest to pick up to basically everyone, but this is definitely on the list. If you like medium tank gameplay in general, do yourself a favor and pick up one of these in the future sales. Last but not least, the third choice was the ever reliable tier 8 US premium medium, the T26E4 Super Pershing, aka the Noob Killer. While the penetration and mobility are rather lacking, the armor profile is extremely punishing to those who are unaware of the weak points, or against those who actually don't have the accuracy to hit them reliably. This is also one of the few machines left in the game with preferential matchmaking, so you will never feel hopelessly outgunned when driving this machine. Now the CDC and the Super P are available in the premium shop all year round. However, if you would like to get your hands on a Cromwell B, you will have to wait a little bit, I'm afraid, as it's only available occasionally. Moving on to the heavy tanks, the votes were actually really close on this one, with only really one of them towering over the rest, the tier 6 British premium heavy tank, Her Majesty's Land Battleship, the TOG 2. The memes are really strong with this one, and there are tons of jokes out there about this machine, though most of them are too long. Anyway, although you have a very decent gun, the fun factor comes more from its ridiculous nature rather than its battlefield performance. A close second was the T-34, the American Tier 8 Premium Heavy. Now this is an interesting one, as not only has it been voted one of the most fun premium heavies, it's also widely considered one of the best premium moneymakers in the game. Its flavor is actually very similar to that of the T-29s, in that its armor really revolves around its massive turret that this time received a very punchy gun as well. Unfortunately, apart from the alpha and the penetration, the gun has a lot of weaknesses. Most importantly, it's hopelessly inaccurate when not fully aimed, and it takes a whole century to aim with it, even with a vertical stabilizer and the gun lane drive. Still, if you like the T-29, this might be one for you to earn a small fortune with it. Closely after the T-34 finished the Tier 8 Soviet premium, the IS-6. This popular premium choice has good mobility, bouncy armor, against guns with sub 200mm of penetration at least, and also preferential matchmaking. The downside is really the gun though, as it has rather lackluster penetration and even the APCR isn't too convincing. Against the right opponents, however, this machine can be played surprisingly aggressively though. As for acquiring these beasts, apart from the TOG 2, all of them are available all year round, but from time to time even the TOG makes a short appearance for those looking for a huge legend. Moving on to the tank destroyers, I don't think there are many big surprises in this category. In the first place with a shitload of votes, in fact the most votes overall is the German Tier 7 former premium machine, the Angry Little Flea, aka the E25. Great mobility and agility, ridiculous camo rating and rate of fire, and preferential matchmaking. What else would you need? While it has to pack some APCR shells due to its low penetration, this is a fan favorite that many will dust off regularly in their garage to take it out for a few fun rounds. The only real downside is that you probably won't be able to buy this thing anymore. As far as I'm aware, it never actually went on sale since it was removed from the store, and there is actually a good chance that it never will. It's just a little bit too powerful. Next up on the list is another fan favorite, the Tier 6 Soviet tank destroyer, the Su-100Y, aka the infamous box tank. There is nothing like blowing up the enemy with huge caliber Soviet guns, after all. While it is a huge and juicy target, the box tank is a fearsome opponent with massive alpha damage and quite good penetration. When it's top tier, it's literally like playing World of Tanks with quad damage. Now there are many reasons why it's fun to play a tank. Some are just stupid, some stupidly powerful in some aspect, and there are again others that are just well-rounded and competitive. The third tank destroyer on the list, the Tier 7 Soviet Su-122-44, is the latter, being one of the most competitive premium machines out there. At least when it's top tier, in which case, it's borderline OP. It has a fast-firing high alpha damage gun, good mobility, and good armor as well. If you don't mind driving non-turreted tank destroyers, you just can't go wrong with this beast of a machine. Good news is, apart from the E25, both the other machines are part of the regular sale, and you can pick them up whenever you feel like it. And last but not least, artillery. Now here the choice is very limited, thank God, so you could only choose between the since removed Sexton 1 and the infamous aka the 105 LEFH-18B2, aka the Tier 5 French artillery. The French won fair and square in this vote, which is also not surprising because this thing is evil. Fast rate of fire, good accuracy, and trollish frontal armor makes this machine extremely dangerous in the low and mid-tier games. If you play artillery and actually don't mind playing in the lower tiers, you definitely should consider this thing when it's on sale with the next special event, and, well, if you do, good luck to the rest of us. So, this was then my summary of the most fun premium machines out there, as selected by you guys. If you didn't see your favorite machine in the list, let us know in the comments below what else you would have chosen. I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and if you did, thanks a lot for considering giving this a like or sharing it. Don't forget the special Hungarian World of Tanks stream with Felon tonight on Twitch, and tomorrow I will squeeze in one more video on the second reward tank, the T28 HTC. Thanks a lot for watching everyone, and I look forward to seeing you again in one of the next videos.